Test one. Alright, sorry, we had a issue there. I think everything is set up. Sounds good. Check, check. Okay, my name is Matt. Today, I'm just going to be doing my first live stream, setting up a Meshtastic 1 watt with, the 1 watt booster Meshtastic solar node. So it's nothing official, just wanted to get everything set up and see how this works, because eventually I will be just streaming, tinkering in various projects. So this is just a little window that I'm just going to put in the corner. It's on a webcam, but primarily we're going to be using the main camera so you get a better view of what's going on. So I'm hoping that I get one viewer and they can tell me if everything looks and sounds good. We might be waiting a long time for that, but oh, this is kind of neat though. I had a crash course in YouTube streaming. Stream settings. Alright. Top bands. Oops. Oh, excuse me. I'm going to be tagging a product from comeonmacgyver.com that we will be using today. I design and print various things. And today we will be using this one. Sorry, I'm dealing with some allergy stuff. Everything is great. Oh, sweet. I have a viewer. Oh, awesome. Hey, Chris, I appreciate it. Thank you. And Peach State Defense. Thanks. Yeah, I was curious how that would, how this would all work. I had a laptop that I wasn't sure about, so. What kind of, is it the lighting on the webcam or the main camera? I know that it's a little blown out on the webcam because I got the lights up above. I wonder how I could I need to make the chat window bigger somehow. Alright, well, I guess they have a huge delay in between what I'm saying and what is chatted, so, or what is being chatted. 3 viewers, chat rate, 3, 4 views. Interesting. Very cool. Main camera is very dark. Been using the dual solar panel repeater I made from your design now for about a week, and it's perfect. Awesome. I'm glad. Yeah. The main camera is a little dark, but everything is very visible. Alright, well, I appreciate it. So I guess I'm going to get started here. Like I said, we're going to be building this one for a gentleman out in Washington. So we printed a panel. I think we did a 48 degrees is what we decided on for the Washington area. Excuse me. So I will Yeah, let's just start with the mount. So we're going to be using a 4 millimeter. I'm just going to drill those out a little bit because it makes setting the heat inserts a little easier and you don't get globs. So, gotta make sure I show you all what I'm doing on the camera. This is a lot different than recording and not being able to edit it. Using any type of solar control or just the rack board itself. I'm using the WaveShare Solar Power Manager. This is basically what I've decided on. I mean, I've experimented the rack board. It's not an MPPT controller, so I have a couple DFR robots. It's highly efficient if you're going to do a not the 1 watt. You can do anything else with it because it's more efficient. But the WaveShare has 3 amp output, so it's a perfect for the 1 watt booster because it draws up to I think 1.5 amps, somewhere around there. 1.5 I think is what it's recommended for safety. But yeah, so hopefully that answers your question. I'm using the WaveShare Solar Power Manager, 3 18650 batteries. And we are actually going to be running this one through the, so you can see on here, you got a jumper on the 1 watt. And I get all these through Rack Wireless. I have an affiliate link in the description because I think that's the only place you can get them now. So, but yeah, so there's a jumper on the front. So we're going to be running, I have built them in the past using the 5 volt, which is this right here. This one, we're going to be doing the internal 5 volt. So if you wanted to run it just strictly 5 volt, you pop this jumper on external, but we're going to be running internal. So with that, you have to power it via the battery in. So if you run it external, you have to power it with the 5 volt input. I haven't heard, and just to piggyback off what I said about the internal, like the solar input on this, I mean, I plugged it in to see if it works, but, and it does work, but from my understanding, the MPPT controller is just a lot more efficient and handles fluctuations and sound better. But I am not an expert on anything, so I am learning everything as I go. So I can tell you what I know, and hopefully you guys can teach me something. So, whew, almost burnt a hole in my cord because I was distracted. So I'm going to be using, I have these all organized here. I'm using an M3 heat set. Again, all the affiliate links are in the description. But yeah, you get the heat set iron. I set it to 339. I print everything with ASA because it's by far the best for outdoor and the strongest. So ASA or ASA carbon fiber, but ASA is kind of getting hard to find right now. So we just put the little heat tip on here. So you can see I drilled that out with a 4 millimeter, and yeah, and then we just set it. This heat insert thing, gun, wand, whatever, comes with a stand, but honestly it's way easier to just use it but do it by hand. I don't want it too hot because I don't want the molten to basically melt the tower on there. So yeah, I'll be honest, the 3D printer was like the greatest thing that ever happened to me. So I started out with the, I wanted a big printer because I know I'm going to be doing big projects. So I started out with the Ender 5 Max. That's the best bang for the buck printer that I could find. I don't recommend it as a first-time printer, but I learned a lot. And I also learned that I want to print ASA, so as it's the strongest filament, or one of the strongest, and best for outdoor stuff. I don't know, guys. Everyone I see with a 3D printer is printing toys. And so, I don't know. Like, my whole mind expanded into all the projects I dream of. Instead of using a 2x4 and some paper clips, now I can just design and print what I want, what I visualize in my head. So I've been able to do a lot of projects. So this summer has been extremely busy. I actually thought I was going to be able to do a lot of project videos, but it's been so busy. Hopefully it's calmed down now, and we will be veering off the Meshtastic, but we will be keeping it in the projects themselves. Just double checking. So I have a lot of things going on right now. So here's our panel. I also redesigned this to run the wires down and through instead of under. So we'll just drill a little hole in the door and run them through that. Alright, agreed. I got a 3D printer about 3 years ago, and I wish I could have gotten one sooner. I know. I remember when they first came out. Where was it? Like 2000. I think I first heard about them in 2006, 2003 maybe, but they were so expensive I couldn't even. They're way out of my budget. But yeah, I got my first one almost a year ago. Oh, thank you, Chris. I've spent a lot of time tuning ASA. Oh, I was going to mention the Ender 5 Max is it's a good printer. I did invest. I couldn't get the quality I wanted on large parts. I've done everything I could upgrading it, but it always started warping the parts, and I have a heating enclosure. But long story short, I'm going to go do a video on that. But if I went with the Kitty Q2 with the heated enclosure, and it is amazing. So I use a 0.6 nozzle, and I print my ASA parts in there. I can print larger parts ASA on the Ender 5 Max, but I can't print giant parts on it. So I'm hoping eventually I'll get the Cheedy Q2 is what I have. Actually, about 2 of them now, thanks to you guys. So I have 2 Cheedy Q2s, and I would like to get a Cheedy Q4, the large one. I think it's I don't remember, 350 or higher millimeter by 350 to replace the Ender 5 Max. So, all right. I'm not sure how long I'll be able to stream tonight. We have some kids over doing some stuff, but we are going to. I think it's pretty neat that the video is working, and seems to be good quality audio and video. So basically what I'm hoping to do with this channel and stream is I'm going to start streaming just my tinkering. So, and I'll do product reviews and how-to videos, but yeah, I figured it'd be neat to get input from others. I just always have to double check my my screw sizes, because no matter how many times I do it, I always second guess myself. So we're going to mount our WaveShare solar power manager on this. So we're going to use 2.5 millimeter screws, and I think, what do I use? A 4? 2.5 by 4. Alright. And I want my battery output on the left side is what I ultimately went with. And 4 should be just enough to go through here. And actually, I'm a little nervous. I don't know why. But it's kind of like the first date. I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I'm a little nervous for this. She's like, it'll just be our first date. Your first date, I thought you were an idiot, but I gave you a second chance. And then the second date was awesome. So maybe I won't be nervous on our second stream. Our second stream. Yeah, I guess we don't need those yet. But all right. Yeah, I'm glad. Honestly, I've sold quite a few parts and this solar node, a couple solar nodes. I wonder if a different size screw got in there for some reason, but to quite a few people, more than I was ever expecting, and I have met, yeah, that was a missized screw got in my box. I have met, everyone's been really nice. A guy in Florida, I put his testimony on my page under product reviews, and he has a 1 watt out. I think it's at eye level. I couldn't tell for sure, but he's getting, what do you say, 15, 20 miles or something out of it. So I thought that was really neat. So on this little piece, and I need to learn Fusion 360. Honestly, I could do a lot more with it. Right now I'm doing everything in Tinkercad. It's very amateur. I did dink around with Fusion 360, but I realized I have to invest some serious learning time into that. I haven't done CAD since high school, and that was a while ago, so everything's different, but I can pretty much get all the designs I'm trying to get in Tinkercad. We're also going to be using the same, so if you guys are looking at, it is so hard to get all of these exactly how I need them. I had to get them from like 3 different sources. These standoffs, the only place I can get what I need is Walmart. Walmart.com. It's such a pain. So I'm just going to verify. I feel like I needed longer ones for this, but oh yeah, that'll work. So our standoffs, and this I'm going to be mounting the 1 watt board to this. I'm not sure. Just have to keep reminding myself to tell everybody what I'm doing. And it's weird. I feel like I need another monitor because I do have a screen I was going to set up somewhere else. So the delay that you're seeing is like 10 seconds after. I only have one screen, so I'm getting kind of turned around. All right. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get a second monitor. Hey, beam me up, Mr. Scott. I like Star Trek. My basement, I've collected autographed pictures of Star Trek. My favorite is Next Generation and the original series, but I have quite a few autographs that I've hung up on the walls and kind of gave it a little Star Trek theme. Oh, I have to learn Fusion though, because my designs are definitely what do you call it? I don't know the right word for it, but not necessarily professional looking. Yeah. I have thousands and thousands of Star Trek cards. I have the Fajal collection on display. But it's fun being a nerd. It wasn't fun in high school. Oh man. I don't think a girl said a word to me through all my high school. Other than get out of the way. Alright, so the 1-watt has... We're going to be using 5 standoffs for this. Oh, I don't even know. I don't have the screen for... Oh, there we are. Oh, that's interesting. Beam me up. I made a 1-watt node a couple months ago. The 5-watt solar panel in my window wasn't enough to keep it running. Can you answer me, how does a solar panel, I haven't looked this up or researched it, how does a solar panel behave when there's a window in front of it? Does it affect it at all? I have no idea. I've only had them outside. So our main mount is gonna go, well, let's see, like this. How did I have that? Yeah, I had it. How did I have that? Yeah, just like that. So, and we use M4, M3. Never gets full sun. Yeah, I've had a lot of, or not a lot. Some people critique me saying 2 5-watt panels overkill. Don't you know what you're doing? Blah blah blah. I was like, yeah, I'd rather have too much energy than not enough. So that's why I do that. So to mount these, or to mount this on, yeah, window will definitely reduce the intake for sure. That's kind of what I was thinking, but. So to screw these into the top of the standoffs, I don't think I have the standoffs link in the description. Remind me, or actually I'll remind myself to post that if y'all are looking at making your own. They're 5mm standoffs. The 5-watt panel has no problem keeping a regular rack. Yeah, I had a, when I first got into it, I made a, actually we're not going to do that yet. I got to install stuff. So when I first got into that, I tested even a Haltech. I was running a WaveShare solar power manager and a Haltech V3 on a 5-watt solar panel, and it was, I think I had it up for 3 months or something like that, and it never, yeah, it did just fine. So I'm going to set this on the side for now. Next we're going to mount this on here. Actually, so we're going to be using the Calypso junction box. I did make the mount to fit that. Oh, so I'll give you guys my favorite tool. Oh, where is it? I just had it. Oh, right here. My favorite tool for breaking supports off of printed parts. This. You can get these at the junk bin at any hardware store for like $5 for a set of 5 of them. But if you have this and a needle nose pliers like this is just a crappy one. Probably get it in the junk bin. You can pretty much get all your supports off from any parts you print. So So you just stick it in, twist it around. You do poke yourself quite a bit, but you don't have to use a razor blade and then accidentally slit your wrist. I've seen some emergency room posts from guys doing that, but I tell you, there's nothing I haven't been able to get out with needle nose pliers in this thing. So as I was saying, oh, you've got 3 1-watt repeaters similar to this build, all with 5-watt panels. I've had no issues, but I also live in South Georgia. Yeah, a lot of people are getting good results with just a 5-watt panel. I can around here. I still build them with 2 though. I'm the only one here with Meshtastic, but when I made that canopy comes solar node that I threw 65 feet in the air, I picked up all kinds of nodes, but if it's just me on top of the house, I don't get, every once in a while I'll pick up a node, but my stuff is primarily just for me. We just use private channels, so obviously 1 watt would be plenty. So, but all right, I'm getting distracted, which is fun. I like talking to people. Excuse me. Like I said, sorry, I have allergies. So we're just gonna mount this in here. I think we're gonna do it like this. Every node I build is a little different. So if you order one, it's gonna be a little different every time. I do feel like I need more light here every once in a while. Yeah, so yeah, mount it up there. Alright, so we're just gonna cover this, drill a hole in here. I think our 4mm will be fine. North Colorado. Yeah, I bet. I live near Sioux Falls, South Dakota. There's a pretty big group of people out there. And I got approval from our town or a town right next to me, and hopefully I'll get approval for the town I live in. I'll be building and putting a 1 watt on top of the grain tower, so that will be well over 100 feet in the air. I'm going to set that up as a repeater and do some I'll set it up as a repeater, and I'll have a temperature and environmental sensor on it. So I'm guessing you effectively could hit 100 miles with a 1 watt granted you won't, if another 1 watt's talking to you, but 100 miles would be reaching it or stretching it. But I know I'll pick up some stuff in Sioux Falls. Sorry, you guys are distracting me. Alright, so I'm gonna mount this through here. Alright. And I will be using what do we need, a 10 or? I think that should work. We're going to be using a M3x8. Nope, we do need a 10. I can never remember. I really need to write this down. Yeah, I'm excited to get that built, and if I get it in my town, we're going to have coverage for a long, long ways. Must be nice. It's just worth it. Oh, I bet. I haven't. I built one of these nodes for a customer with Meshcore. I don't have. I'm sure there's Meshcore in the area, but I don't. I don't necessarily use it. I'm just grinding out part of the inside of this. Let me grab that. I like the tapered screws. I forget what they call them, but so they fit flush when you use them. So I just grind out a little piece of that, and I will be right back. I have to grab some 3mm nuts. Oh, if I remember where I put them. Oh. You don't even want to see what my Star Trek room looks like. There's about 3 different projects going on there. Alright. Again, I have to see what you all are seeing. I'll have another monitor up by the next time I stream, because it's kind of complicated. Alright. Alright, that'll be here. This would be nice. I'm just gonna turn this on. Seven viewers is better than I thought I'd have. So yeah, like I was saying, everybody I've dealt with has been really nice. I had a gentleman email me today asking about the solar node, and you don't think it would take very long to build, but it takes a long time. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it in this stream. But when the kids go to bed is the time I have to do it. Move on to some fun stuff. Maybe one of y'all can tell me if I'm soldering correctly. Tried Meshcore, only picked up one other one. Yeah, I don't. And eventually, I am experimenting with ATAK. I didn't really like all the approvals I had to give to use that, though, or the privacy settings I had to basically allow them to do whatever they wanted. So I will be using ATAK. Took me 3.5. Yeah. I didn't think I'd have any viewers and I would just fly right through this, but I don't expect y'all to stay here for, well, at this rate it's going to take 3 hours or 4 hours probably. So I don't expect y'all to sit here through this. I was telling my wife, if I get a viewer and I'm trying to talk to him, what if he's on the TV and then it's just going to be like an awkward first date or something? And for these, that is what I need to order. That's what Alright, we got that figured out. And on this, we are going to drill out this down here. This one? So when we mount this, I think we can use a, what can we use on here? 6. We probably have to use a, let's just use a 10. Oh, 8 should work then, because these plates are 4mm thick. Someone asked me, I am in the process of building or designing a tactical solar power node if you want, and I'll be listing those sometime soon. But my question is, have you guys used the, what is it, the T96? T something 96, if that's right? I ordered one. I looked at it. It seems pretty cool. I don't know how I'm going to mount that into the case, though. There's nowhere I can really put that. But I'm interested to see what you guys think of the T96. Is it T96? Maybe someone can clarify that for me. Haven't done a lot of reviews on it either, or researched it. I hear that it is better than the ATAK, has more power. And is it stronger than the regular, like the rack or rack mini? I have something over here. I mean, really, I should just get rid of this piece and just print the whole thing. But like I said, ASA is really expensive now. T96. What was that called? I'm gonna look it up quick. There's a T something. See, it's already been like 40 minutes and I haven't even done the mount yet. I think we'll finish at like 4 a.m. Alright, let me see. I'm just looking it up. Here we go. We got the T0 or T096. Comes with so this is where a lot of people are a lot smarter than this than I am. The DBM, I don't have a monitor. Maybe I need to invest in one, but yeah. I don't know how that equates to the 1 watt, to be honest. The ATAK I have, I'm not impressed with strictly for power consumption reasons. Oh, no better performance on the T96. I don't think it's related to the ATAK. I'm not sure though. Not 100% sure on that. I think it's completely different, to be honest with you. I'm just checking the fit here. All Alright, so I use this little grinder. I'm going to do this off camera so I don't get this crap everywhere. Alright. Oh, it's a new ATAK. I have a T96, a bunch of E4s, and a 1-knot repeater. That was built by a broken circuit. Huh. I got a bunch of ATAK. I just drilled out that, so, or grinded out that, so these nuts would fit in there. I bought a few ATAKs, and I honestly never really used them. It wasn't something I was super interested in, but I'm gonna do a little more grinding on that. Alright, so that fits flush, so oops, we can throw these back in. I need to order more of these 10mm. If anything, I was excited to stream so I can talk to more people. I don't. The area around here is weird. Everyone's super nice, but no one wants to be your friends. My wife and I are looking. Oops. But it is a beautiful town, peaceful, nice and quiet. So that fits pretty flush on that. So a Dremel is one of the necessities of any MacGyver-er. And I will end up grinding just the corner of this out. And we'll just tilt it a little bit. Alright, so what can we move on from the mount? What were these? 3x8. We got the bracket in. So one of the things we're going to do is, so we're using two 5-watt solar panels. This Slinko antenna, what do you think of them? I've seen them on Amazon. Honestly, these are just the standard 5.8, and they're all the same. They're just rebranded. So if you get the, oh, let me see. I'll show you. All the antennas seem to all come from the same place. So you can get the alpha antennas, and you can find them without the brand on it, but they're all the same. One of my customers tested the note I built for him. He had this on there, and if you look on comeonmacgyver.com and testimonials, you'll see the results he had on that. I think I posted the results of it, but like I said, I need to get one of those DBI readers or whatever you call them, and then teach myself how to do all of that stuff too. Monitor the range and everything, other than what's in the Meshtastic app. I am looking for a USB-C cord because we're going to be using that to power we're going to add a charging port to the... Yes, SWR meter. Thank you. I could not find the word. I have my... this is all I have for... I use that for my GMRS setup and stuff, but... Although I was able to get readings out of the 1 watt with that. And not accurate readings, but you can tell the power definitely goes up. If you put a voltage booster on this and boost it to 7 volts, you get quite a... It's not legal, but you can get a significant increase in distance. So we're gonna have I just cut this off the solar panel. So we're gonna have that run behind the solar panel, and I'm just gonna drill a hole here so we can run that through into the back where we wire everything. I think I need a 4.5 for that, 4.5 millimeter. Feel alphas of us torn one. It looks just like the alphas on one piece of inside. Okay, so yeah. Oh, you can. I have. You can definitely get crap that looks the same. I'm just gonna double check where I'm gonna mount it or put this hole. So probably right here. Oh, that way we run it in the back. But everyone kind of builds their stuff a little different, which is fine. I wish I could get, I just pay regular price on everything. I wish I could get deals on it, but I can't. So if you guys want to spend the time and money acquiring everything, I highly encourage it, because you learn quite a bit about how this all works. So. All right, there we go. So this is going to be run to one of these USB-C cables. Actually, I don't have we'll probably use the end of another. I got into GMRS, so I had some of that stuff. Yeah, I was researching. My wife and I started feeling something different in the air worldwide a couple of years ago, so I started researching different things, and I had never been into radios before that, so I just got into GMRS a little bit. We'll be doing some builds with that and repeaters and such. Actually, I'm incorporating a Meshtastic into a repeater. That will be fun, so stay tuned for that. Sorry guys, I keep forgetting to explain what I'm doing. I am just making a cable USB-C to USB-C because I don't think I have I take that back from what I said earlier. I'm going to be putting just this USB-C switch on the bottom, and that is going to just transfer power if you need to recharge the battery pack for whatever reason. How's my sound? Everything good? It shows up in the green, so. But yeah, this will all be wired underneath. And it has a rubber seal on it too, so there's no point in wasting one of these. These are expensive, man. I wish I could get them cheaper, but these aren't very expensive. So that's what we'll be doing. All right, so we have our USB-C, we have our battery in, we're gonna have our solar panel in, which, yeah, we don't have to do that right this minute. And we're gonna be running our USB, or not USB, we're running our battery out to the 1 watt. Oh, thanks. Somebody sounds good. GMRS repeater on a mountain near us. I've heard it all the way from, wow, Cheyenne to south of Denver. I haven't heard. Oh, there's a ham repeater somewhere around here, but I've monitored it. I haven't heard anything. I was gonna get my license, but I didn't worry about it because no one around here uses it anyway. So I just use GMRS. Plus, I can set a repeater up as my family's and be just fine. So, all right. So for this, we are going to use an environmental sensor, a 1906. I get those from Rack Wireless. We are going to swap the head on this. You can get those from Ropeland too, but if you're doing a big order, you can save some money on Rack Wireless, depending, I don't know. Alright, so I'm using an M2.5 by, what is it? It should be an M2.5. Is this not a 2.5? Did I get a wrong screw in there again? I've only done like 50 of these, I don't know. What the heck? I'm just looking at these to see why the screws I've used 1,000 times aren't working this time. Oh, what in the world? That is weird. They should all be the... That is weird. I've literally used these screws for everything. Huh. I wonder if my... Yeah, it works just fine. Why is it... What is going on? I'm like tripping out. I don't know. Oh, so... Yeah. They're obviously too short, but I don't understand. What the heck? It's the same box. Look. 2.5 by 3. I've used these for like 50. Now I'm all confused. They fit in there. That is the weirdest thing. You are probably pulling your hair out. I'm about to pull my hair out. I don't understand what just happened. Ugh. I know. I know. Because that box is mislabeled. That's why. I grabbed the wrong box. So, these aren't 3. These are 2. 2. Okay, here's the right box. Thought I was going nuts there. Anyone rack wireless? Well, I am not. I am learning a lot about a lot of things. And how do you pronounce that? Adreno? I've read about it, but I haven't done anything with it. Oh. Also, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the whole YouTube. Oh, that's funny. You know I do that almost every time. I'm reading the comments and get distracted. We gotta mount this on the mount first. So, where's everybody from? All right, we're gonna do I'm going to set that on the side now that we have the right screws. And I'm not going to get my 2.5 millimeter and 3 millimeter screws mixed up. Or it's 2 millimeter. Alright, so next thing we're going to do, we're going to figure out where this double panel mount, I think, we're offset to the side looks is usually where I put them. So I will just mark it. And I already tested the height, the angle of the solar panels to make sure that the top of them clears the top of the case. So, and on this, I think we'll be doing M4, which I think I already had. No, I have a 4.5 in here. We're going to be swapping to the 4 millimeter. That doesn't look like a 4. Waterbury, Connecticut. Who was I just talking? Yeah, I met someone in Waterbury, Connecticut. Or not Waterbury, but Connecticut. We're kind of working on a project together. So for this, I always like to get the first hole drilled first. And I use clear silicone. Gorilla? I go between a lot of different kinds. But you can use whatever glue you like. And we'll put a, that's where our antenna hole, or solar panel hole is going to be. I was born in Fargo, raised in and around Sioux Falls, and ended up in Northwest Iowa. Alright, so let's do, oh, that's a 3. We need a 4. In and around Sioux Falls. I was Air Force for a while. So I lived in Rapid City, Grand Forks, Hawaii. Then I moved back. Get some washers in here. I love having the bins of everythingness. All the M3, M4 stuff you can dream of. Except their spacers never stay, so it always ends up just being a garbled mess. But you get pretty familiar with their sizes. Leave that there. We're gonna just drill these. I'm gonna switch to, what should I switch to? What'd you get from Amazon? Amazon estimated deliveries for me have been crap for months. I think it's because I order too much from them, so they put me on a list to try to combine all the orders into one, even though I say I don't want that. I'm just grabbing some screws here. We're swapping to 3. That's a little. Solar panel mounting. Nice. Mounting racks. What do you mean by racks? Like eco-worthy by chance, or probably not those, but oh, nice. That is. We are gonna get the right size here. I need to order more of those organizers. Length, I mean. I have the right size. Schumer Brothers. I'm mounting 2x200 watt calcium panels. Oh, yeah, nice. On your RV. Excuse me. That's what we have, an RV that was given to us. It's not ideal, so I'm refraining from putting solar panels on it for now. I think these are going to be just fine. So we'll just double check. Can you guys see what I'm doing down here? I forgot to check the... Oh, well, I'm glad I was able to help. Hopefully I didn't screw something up. Greetings from the hills of Beverly Hills, setting up my LFMF4MC with ATAK and one MC1 watt and a bunch of clandestine solar light nodes to get out of my Canon. Oh, nice. All right. And if I just screw something up really bad, I'll just cut the feed. How about that? I don't even think we need to use washers in here. Cut the feed and delete my channel. So we're just using M3 to mount these through the door. And at the end, I'll just go over everything with sealant on here. So, yeah. I guess I didn't need to mark everything. But. Oh, right smack into the camera. Test, test. Maybe we got off a little off kilter there. I do a live ATAK session, start putting up nodes for node planning. Makes a great intro to what yes, I need to learn more about ATAK. I think it's a great opportunity. So when I was in the Air Force, we did special duty for combat search and rescue, and having GPS locations of all your assets is obviously priceless. So, and it looks a lot like what we used. So I don't think it'd be much of a learning curve for me. I just need to find the time to do it. Oh. I did not like giving it access to all the app access to everything. Felt like it sucked quite a few privacy settings away. And just drilling the other hole. Not that long ago, I did a little search to see if anybody had a good tutorial on ATAK. I saw a few videos, but I don't know, are people Are people using it a lot? I think for what I have coming, guys, ATAK is going to would be a huge benefit, a deployable box for that. I made a basically, made a battery box for our fishing trip the other day. Just threw it together right the day before I left. I did a little video on it, nothing special or anything, but we are gonna have to, we'll do that one. But it did actually, the Canopy Comms solar node I did inspired me to make this next project. Just gonna grind a little bit out of here. That's better. It'd be funny if I mounted this upside down. Well, I seem to be picking up pace a little bit. We're going to grind this back one down a little bit. The angle, this is the steepest angle I've had to print this in, and threw a little bit of the mount off. But we adapt and grind. So some of you said you had 3D printers. What kind of 3D printers do you have? Beam me up, Mr. Scott. Well, thank you for stopping by. It's fun chatting with people while I do this. If I can get this on here. Alright. What time is it anyway? It's 10:19. Probably 11 on most of your guys's. A lot of times my free time is 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock till 2 a.m. Or sometimes even 3, but fortunately I haven't had to do that in a while. Not a 3 one. And we will go back and tighten these up. It's going to be a long project, so if one of you guys last to the end, be funny. It's the first free time I've had for more than 1 hour at a time for quite a while, actually. So I had to take advantage of tonight. So I'm using an Olight Baton 4, one of my favorite lights, actually. Olight gets some crap, but I don't necessarily understand why. I guess someone modified their light once and it exploded and killed them, but oops, that's not an Olight, but we're just gonna double check what is the smallest drill bit that I can drill this with and get my cord through. I think that's gonna be too small. So we're gonna have to do a 4 millimeter. Alright, so there's a port in here that I made, and we're just going to drill a hole right through there. To pass our solar panel wires through. I am looking for that's what I'm looking for. Oh man. I have a very bad back, and sitting for a while gets to be pretty painful. Oof. Snapmaker 2 A350 3-in-1 printer. Huh. I don't know much about those. So right now I'm just doing a test fit of the panels, just so I can figure out how much wire we want to leave on there. And I already said we cut off our USB-C. We use that in a different portion of the build. My first printer was a Ender 5 Max. I still have it. It, in my opinion, is one of the biggest bang for the bucks. It prints, well, I've heavily modified it by now, but it prints PLA and PETG, small ASA prints, but let's cut this here. My second, and I can say Creality has amazing customer service. Amazing. My second was a Creality 3v3 SE. Currently I just use that for TPU, or if I'm in a rush I can throw some PLA through it or something. But yeah, TPU. And now I have my primaries are the Cheedy Q2s. I have 2 of those. And I really like those. And hopefully we'll be able to get the Q4 sometime. I'm just widening this because I got distracted and realized I need to fit 2 wires through there and not just 1 solar panel wire. So I'm just widening that with a 6 millimeter. And hopefully that fits. If not, we'll widen it again. cutting those wires off. Let me see. I have this. Laptop in front of me. Oh, I gotta keep an eye on my mic battery too. One time I recorded a video for it's the DJI. My wife found this camera used or on Facebook, and it came with the DJI mic, and my mic died, and I must have missed the short vibration warning it gives you, and I recorded like 3 hours worth of video with no sound. Man, that was depressing, because I hate video editing. I don't mind. I'm getting better and faster with it, but I really don't care for it. Oh, shoot. Alright, so yeah, if you guys have questions on Meshtastic stuff, I will do my best. And I'm still learning, so I was hoping you guys would teach me. Always need a good pair of tweezers. I love overpaneling. I'm building this for a customer, even though I just use it. I have a double solar panel node for myself. I just use it for private channels, and I would rather be safe than sorry. We gotta figure out oh, we can get that. We can get it. CNC laser heads, you can spot the 3D printed head. Ooh, I wanted to get a CNC thing too. I still, those prices have dropped, huh? That would be fun, because I do know, I always find myself wishing I could make something out of metal. I got approval from a nearby town to mount one on top of the grain elevator. It's over 100 feet in the air. And it's flat around here, so we'll have a good line of sight. I'm still putting 2 solar panels on it. Oh, I'm so close to getting that. Dang it. I'm gonna get it, I promise. I don't know. We're getting it. We're so close. Come on. Alright. Oh. Gotta be a little nicer. Oh. It's like delivering a baby. Oh yeah. See the head? Oh. We're at the neck now. Ah, there it is. It's a beautiful little solar panel wire. My Mega Node is a 20 watt, 12 volt into a MMTT, 12 volt, 8 amp hour. Oh, nice. Converter, 2-way USB. All in a mid-sized tackle box. I like it. I'm gonna do. I want to do an ammo can one too. Eventually. Oh, I swear. And I swear. You guys distract me. And I didn't route it through the arm. That's fine. We'll get it figured out. All right, push that down in there. All right. Sorry, I know it's painful to watch. This is probably a good time to take a break, take a leak. It's painful for me, because now I'm getting flustered. I had it, now I have to do it again. I don't want to drill the hole bigger. Alright, we're going to do this. Oh, this is so frustrating. There. See? Actually, that's a lot easier with this thing I was telling you about. Alright, there we go. ATAK surplus. Hide stuff in those Eckerson telco boxes in plain sight. What kind of things are you hiding? Oh yeah, the trail cams have good batteries on them. Well, some of them anyway. Alright, so I'll show you what we did. We used the mount that I designed, ran the solar panel wires into the mount itself, which then we pulled both wires through to here, which we are going to wire to our solar input on the WaveShare solar power manager. And I will drill a hole probably about the same spot, right above the USB. Let me grab the bit. Yuffie. Where do I? And now we'll go right here. Actually, right there. You know, I really just need to make this replace the whole thing. Alright, so we are going to strip these. Let's see, let's do some measuring. Eyeball measuring anyway. So when our door is wide open, we're going to route them through the corner down here. that. What do we need from that down to here? And then up here. And then over. Yeah, we were pretty close actually. We're just going to cut. Double check the lengths are equal. Honestly, we're just going to cut a smidge off here. I don't think I'm going to be able to stream this until finish, but oh, RODM4151. Good night. Thanks for visiting. It's kind of exciting. I told the others I'm just going to stream my projects. There's not going to be necessarily any specific time all the time. I just go when I can. Just one of many, many hobbies I get into. So, alright, I don't want to cut it too far. Oh. There was a lot less issues with setting this stream up than I was expecting. I was actually expecting a lot of issues. I did start the stream and accidentally closed it and then started it again. That was it. Everything else seems to be working great. We don't push it all the way through. So I have tested this in another video. Translucent is ground. We need our other one. Translucent is ground, and the white wire is positive. But I will double check that for you. We don't need it. Just to show you if there's someone out there that doesn't know how to test solar panel wires, because they're not always red and green, or red and black. And there's little fuzzies in here, so we're just going to burn those off. See, little fuzzies. And in here. And we will be running these in parallel. So, ground to ground, positive, positive, into our WaveShare Solar Power Manager. And yes, I'm going to trim these. I'm actually going to be running these into something different. Alright, so what was I going to grab? I am going to grab different gauge wire quick. I'll be right back. I'm going to use 18. Alright. We're going to be using 18. Do you know where I got this? Believe it or not, our small town has a Radio Shack. When I moved here, I couldn't believe it. So we're just going to cut not a very big section of this off. And this is what I'm actually going to use to run to the WaveShare. It doesn't look like a lot to get one of these up and running, but for some reason it takes forever to build one. And I ran out of 1 watt, so I have to place another order for that. I'm in the process of doing that right now, actually, or this evening. Alright. Hey, still got 9 viewers. We are just stripping at 18. We're going to run our two solar panel wires to this. And then we're going to tin these. Oops, I don't like, oops, trimming that. The thumbnail's a little broken. I drilled into it. We are having a, so the unfortunate thing is, right after I got out of the military, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. So we were going to have to take an intermission here as my blood sugar is getting a little low. So I will have to eat a snack. But I do want to get this set up for soldering. It won't be very long, just like 2 minutes to grab something to raise the blood sugar. I think it was all the anthrax vaccinations, but who knows? This is the Helping Hands affiliate link in the description. Oh, I wonder if the gentleman who is buying this is watching me assemble his solar node. That'd be funny if I'm like, oh man, we can just half butt it and he'll never know. No, I'm very particular with how I do it. So a lot of people don't. They give you crap for I'm turning on the soldering iron. They give you crap for putting too many solar panels, but when the crap hits a fan, and believe me, it will, we don't want it to go down. So I really do like this. Whoops. Soldering iron. It wasn't very expensive. I got it off Amazon. I think the affiliate link's in the description. I'm not sure. But so I like to solder these wires a little bit, or tin these. This is the part that I insert into the. And I'm not a professional solderer. If I'm doing something wrong, tell me. A lot of people are afraid to try soldering, but I just like to get a little bit on the part that I insert into the wave shear, as it, I don't want to be on there too long. There, I got it to the right temperature. The other one I didn't necessarily get to the right temperature. It just clamps down on it a lot better, and I've realized I didn't get this one to the right temperature. I know there's bigger nerds out there than I am who have a lot more experience in this. There we go. That got to the right temperature. And we're going to tin all of these. And we're going to tin these. Oh, I'm going to burn that off a little bit. A little bit more. Alright, so that one, and that one won't reach, but I do that after. I only put a little light on here so I can wrap it around easier when I join the wires. There. Someone tell me if I'm soldering wrong. It's one of my fears. Go live and suck at soldering. But oh, there's some times where I just cannot get it for whatever reason. There. And this one won't take very long. It's really thin. We don't want to get too much though. Oh, I hope I'm not talking too quiet. Yeah. There. It's pretty neat when you can just see the wire soak it up once it hits. Oh, perfect. Alright, so we did get, I think, a new viewer or two, people cycling in and out. There's got to be an easier way to keep, well, keep track of the, I guess for big streamers it doesn't matter, but that one did not turn out. I gotta clean that. Alright. We'll just cut that off. It's dirty. I'm gonna cut it off anyway. Okay, so we are going to combine. Oops, I gotta do this one first. Alright. Heat it up. The cool thing about doing live is now I don't have to edit it. Well, maybe I will anyway, I don't know. But I already have a solar node build video. Alright, so, oh yeah, we're going to test. I'm going to show you all. You're going to grab your voltage regulator. You're going to, oh shoot, oh good, it had automatic shut off. You're going to turn it to DC. And we are just double checking what our, what wire is what. So I'm going to be using my Olight. I actually forgot the name of this right now, but we're just going to set that behind the panel. And I thought I remembered that translucent was ground. And it is. And if I was wrong, you'll see a dash on the left side. That is saying my polarity is messed up, and it is. So, see, there's a dash right there. And if you know this, great. If you don't, hopefully it helps you out. See? So translucent is ground, white is power. Excuse me. Alright, so we have all of these. Let's start with, we're going to cut some of that off. We don't need to shrink wrap or shrink tube it yet. Getting a little shaky, I might have to take a break quick. But translucent. Alright. Yeah, we'll take a break after this, after I get these done. And we're going to solder these together. Oops, lost my wire. Shut the flashlight off. Alright. Straighten that. Just going to heat everything up. And it should just bind itself, but I'm going to add more solder anyway. Hey, this one looks like one of the better soldering jobs I've done so far. That's cool. Hopefully I didn't solder the wrong wires together. I have done that before. So, I don't know. That looks pretty good to me. And then we're going to do our positive wire. I'm going to cut that off a little bit. Let's get this up here. Sure, somebody's watching on TV pulling their hair out. I'm going to twist that around. Do you know I left my hot glue gun on for the entire week I was gone on vacation? Oh, the glue in there was some weird, funky. Oh yeah, it's turning out pretty good. It was some weird, funky brown after a week. Fortunately, the house didn't burn down. If anyone wants to know what glue gun that is a Gorilla glue gun. Gorilla. I should write them a letter. Alright, I'm turning my soldering iron off for now. I gotta eat something because my blood sugar is getting pretty low. I will be back in 5 minutes. Alright, let's see if I can figure out how to go on break. I set up an intermissions thing. Alright, I'll All right, I am back. Sorry I don't have any cool intermission music. I always like the sound of music intermission screen. We don't need these anymore. If someone could let me know, like this is my first stream, if someone could let me know that everything's working good. Oh, I can chat too. But I definitely need a second monitor. I don't think I'll be able to stream this entire build tonight, but I think we have some new viewers. Just a quick recap. I printed these supports, this T mount and this double solar panel mount back here. But and we're using the 1-watt WisMesh Booster to build a solar net. The WaveShare solar power manager is ultimately, I always come back to it. And I really appreciate everything it can do for everything I build, basically. All right. I'm probably asking people watching on TV to let me know if things are golden, so I'll just keep talking and hopefully people hear it. Where are we? Analytics. Stream health. Stream's going well. I did have to run Cat 6 cable to this laptop just because I hate wireless, so I wanted everything to be stable. And I'm really impressed everything's working, so I'll just set that to the side. Excuse me. So we are going to run this up and around out to here. And there is a solar input on the WaveShare. You can use a barrel plug. I don't have a plug for that. I tried ordering a couple and I gave up because they were always too long. And honestly, in the long run, I'm going to want something that I know won't fall out. So I like using the, I don't know the official name for the clamper thingies. Excuse me, man. All right, so as soon as we get this, actually, no. We have to heat shrink or heat tubing on that. You have no idea how many times I forgot to do that in the past. All right, so let's measure a good bit of coverage. It'll be about here. See, look, I've been doing this for 2 hours and everything's still a mess. It takes forever to build one of these. At least the way I do it. Excuse me. So we're just gonna run. Glad to see there's some night owls. I thrive at night. I'm gonna run that down here. Make sure that's covered. And we're gonna use our little butane. I need a better way to do this because sometimes they get too hot. Seems to work decent enough. And I'll run this on this side. Oh, I might need to cut a little longer one. Nope. Very good on there. Don't want to leave it on there too long, then you melt the wires. can see it pretty much when it's good. So yeah, that's perfect. All right, let's run these through the back. And we might snip a little bit off the ends of these. Actually, we will. I'm just going to double check and see the exact amount I want these to be in. Our positive is going to be on the inside. And they are probably a little thick too. Yep. So we're going to crunch the ends, some of the solder off. I got too much on there, dang it. I think that'll work. All right. Let's see. Still a little bit thick. We do need to flatten an end though. Flatten this side. We're gonna get it. We're gonna get it. All right. We're gonna turn the soldering iron on. We are gonna just take a little bit of solder off of it. Ooh, it's hot down here. We can also do a, what else could we use? The hole of this thing isn't very big. I guess it's 18 gauge wire. You can see it in there. I did overdo the solder a little bit. But it ain't coming out once I get it in there. There, perfect. Oh yeah. Look at that. We can, what do we say? I think I am gonna snip a little bit off just to alleviate, or how much did I get? I'll do a little more, just to make sure there's not too much sticking out of it. Soon we get to test the solar panels. That's always a fun part. All right. Come on. Now the other side's too. Oh, so close. There we go. There, perfect. We have our solar positive to positive. We're going to tighten this thing down. And we're going to snip. This one doesn't have as much solder on it, so I think it'll be a little easier. Yeah, that'll be a lot easier. All right, just slide this over. Hopefully y'all can see what I'm doing in there. Trying to get it into the camera. Test one, test one. Is my mic working? Hope so. Sorry, I'm shaky. Just blood sugar issues. All right. I should have done this one first. Not a lot of room. There's a better angle for me, probably not for you. All right, we're just going to flatten this end a little bit. All right. Yeah, this is awkward. Let's get it in there. Why is this one turning out to be harder than the other one? What the heck? Man. Sorry, everybody. All right, we're getting it. Oh boy. Normally this doesn't bother me at all. I like problem solving, but it feels a little different when I'm being streamed or when I'm streaming. What the heck? Unreal. Alright, so we're gonna take some solder off, I guess. Oh, I think I feel it, why it's doing that. There's some uneven. Ooh, getting a little warm. Alright, let's try it again. Get this in there. So if you guys are doing this, be very thin on the solder. I really don't understand why this isn't going in. Alright, let's make sure it's clear. Just flatten it again. Oh, now we have to cut it again. All right. Oh, I'm going to pull my hair out. What is happening? What is happening? If that doesn't go in. This is insane. Get it? Oh my gosh. This is where we start getting mad. And this is where we get mad. So we're going to forget the solder part. Strip a little bit off of that. Oh. We are going to lightly solder this. And a good note is always leave a little extra so when stuff doesn't work, you can move around it. See? It was the solder. Went right in. Alright, we'll tighten that down. Straighten these out. Alright, there's our solar panel lines. And if I don't stream the rest, if I don't finish this up in the stream, I hot glue all my ins and outs on the board just to keep things from moving. And I also do the same for up here a little bit too. So we're going to be running our GST connector from the secondary battery port to the battery in on the 1 watt WisMesh. Let's test the solar panels. I'm going to be using my flashlight. Charge, charge. Hopefully you can all see that. So we are lighting up like a Christmas tree. Solar is good. All right. I'm going to double check the connectors. Excuse me. All right, what do we got left? We have, this is going to be for charging the pack if needed, or adding a secondary solar panel. We can do that. We're going to have a USB port, 2 USB ports on the bottom. Oh, my back. 2 USB ports on the bottom. One's going to be running to the WisMesh. The other is going to be running to the charging port. Alright. I am plugging in my glue gun. So, one thing I put in these is this environmental sensor. Temperature, humidity, barometer, and air quality. So the problem with this is it takes the temperature on the inside of the box. So I mean, it's good to see if your box is overheating, but it's not the accurate outdoor temperature. I am currently trying to figure something out. I actually just emailed Rack Wireless this evening regarding that. So you will see on this board, you have these little sensor slots. You can add GPS. There is a plethora of other sensors. They even have radar. I want to do something with that actually. Radar, vibration sensor. Oh, let's add that into slot B this time. No, I'm going to do it slot A. A ton of sensors. Just go to rackwireless.com and link in the description. So that sensor just snaps right in there. I have a feeling I'm going to have to build or print a shield of some kind and hang it on the bottom. But you'll get a rough estimate of, well, depending on where you live. As long as you mount it. Alright, so one of the things is you have to be careful of with these little sensors is they pop out fairly easy. So we put a little bead of hot glue on there on the edge. And we do need to be careful not to cover up the sensor. Let me get a Q-tip. So it went stringy and I didn't want it to string. So we are taking them off the sensor. There. So our bead is on the edge. So our JST connectors. Hey, thanks 9 viewers. Thanks y'all for joining. This is my first live stream. We are basically testing out how everything is working, and I plan to do a lot of projects, and I'll just stream projects, not necessarily at any particular time, but I think this is a 2.5 millimeter GST, but just double checking. So on this, your ground is going to be on the outside. Some JST connectors come with the wires in opposite directions, so you always have to make sure your ground is on the outside. And if it's not, it's pretty easy to change. You're going to grab a small flathead, tiny flathead, and you'll see this little tab here. I just stick it up. I position it so I can get a little tug with my other finger while I lift this up, and you just pull it out and swap it. So yeah, that's how you swap that. Alright, so this JST connector is going to be run to our battery. Oh, excuse me. Battery input on the board, and I am going to double this up and solder it. I need a smaller. I don't have it with me. I don't think. No, I don't. So we will use a join, and I'll do this. Go and see if you feel something, and pull apart. And we'll do the same for the other side. Yeah, this the wrong one. Let's try that again. If it was for me, I'd be fine with it. But this is for a customer, so. And there's video evidence. I'm just kind of a little meticulous when it comes to certain things. Yeah, we're going to try and twist that. And I was thinking about this the other day when I was little and messing around with wires and stuff. I didn't. Oh, these are thin. I'm going to grab the appropriate strippers quick. I'm going to show you all something. So I grabbed my, this is going to be one of our next streaming projects. I don't know if you can see this, but we have a 3D printed plate. Like I said earlier, we are moving on and moving with Meshtastic. I'm really excited about that project. But hopefully I'll start showing that next week in a different stream. It's a secret as of now. All right, let's hit 18. That ain't 18. All right. These are some thin JSTs. I just got these. I'm not liking them. What the heck? We're going to use a different JST. Those wires are too thin. All right. This is a better JST. But our wires are on the wrong side. Right? Let me double check. No. Yeah, they're on the wrong side. Okay. So we get to show you exactly what I mean by a tiny flathead. We're going to maneuver my fingers around so I can pull it just slightly when I get that tab lifted. There we go. Take that one out. We're going to do the same for this one. It's kind of a pain at first, but once you get the hang of it, these JST connectors are a little more robust. I need to order these again because I only have, excuse me, I only have a few left of these. That's good. That's good. Well, you're making me look foolish. Oh, come on. I've done this 100 times. What the heck? Come on, man. Try it from this side. Hopefully I'm not putting everybody to sleep and I'm not just playing in the background. Oh, come on. Why isn't this popping out? Oh, man. There we go. There you go. Then you just pop it on the other side. And we'll do the same for the black. And this way. Hopefully y'all got a good view of that. I still don't know if my sound's working since we got back from intermission. What time is it? 11:30. Whew. Surprised there's still people watching. Alright, so we're going to have that up here. Ground on the outside, and we're going to run that to our battery in on here. So let's strip this. Let's see what this is. I thought it was. Oh. So we actually don't need that. Don't have to fold it in on itself, but I am going to add a little solder on the end. Actually, these are already soldered, so we don't need to. Okay. We are going to unscrew our secondary battery in on the solar power manager. And if we fold that over and in, let's make sure we have room. We are done with everything under here, so we can screw that in. All right, we need a right. Yep, that's right. So we'll screw this plate on. If I get it right. And I'm going to do this. And for those of you, if you want any of these 3D printed parts, I have them, or the STL files available at comeonmacgyver.com. Your support is greatly appreciated. It lets me continue to do this stuff. And if you are fighting an addiction, like drug abuse, drinking, anything that you wish you weren't doing, having a hobby is a good plan. I've been sober quite a while, but staying busy, boredom is your worst enemy. Okay, just trying to think of my next plan. So we are using M2 by 3mm, and we are going to be screwing these in to these standoffs. All right. So that is need to throw those 2.5s away. That was a nightmare. What are we? 9, 10, 11. Almost on hour 3. Oh, I was distracted a little earlier. Sorry, I gotta check the Excuse me. Blood sugar stuff. All right. We'll swap this out. Put that in. Powering this with the butt. In. We're running that back through here. On our in, battery ground is on the outside. You can power it either 5 volt or with the 5 volt cable that comes with it. I've built them in both. This one we're doing just the battery. And we're going to do a positive on that side. We're not getting in there though. What's going on? What is going on? So I finally got approval. I think we have all new listeners from who started, I think. I finally got approval to build or to place one of these in a nearby town. It's about 15 minutes away. On top of the grain elevator. So we will be building a 1 watt. And we will have line of sight for 50 miles probably in different directions. Why is this one not going in? So that's exciting. We're going to set that up as a Meshtastic repeater with environmental sensors and a voltage regulator. All right, let's screw this down. Our voltage monitor, I mean, sorry. What camera setup are you using? My one facing me is just a crappy 1080p that I actually got it for the 3D printer, but I ended up I didn't use it, and the I just used it as a secondary one to see me for streaming. This one, I can never remember the name of it. It's a Sony. My wife we found it on Facebook used. It is a Sony ZV-E10 4K. Excuse me. And it even came with the wide lens and the DJI mics. What's my battery on that, by the way? Okay, we're good. Came with the DJI mics, so that was a great deal. Dude that was selling it did streaming a little bit, but just didn't do much with it after that. So basically it looked brand new. So took a crash course on cameras and set it up. I started streaming when my first videos with a GoPro 4K. Yeah, that was terrible. Jeff Boland, I recognize that name. That was terrible. It overheated, it shut down, it froze, you didn't, ugh. But I even went deer hunting with that thing and it kept shutting off. I have no idea why. So I dumped it, thankfully. My wife is wonderful. And yeah, I think the camera kind of changed the whole direction of the channel, honestly. But yeah, we'll be streaming many projects in the future. All right, so we have our USB-C, which, yeah, that's everything for that, other than the antennas and the USB-C and batteries. So y'all, if you do end up getting one of these from me, you have to get your own batteries. IMRbatteries.com. I shipped this with batteries once. Oh, my shipping was like $60 and basically just lost money on it, so that's okay. So you'll be getting your own batteries. I do have to put a order in from our 1 watts, so I'm in communication with Rack Wireless tonight. Ouch. Oh, I sent them a message. So. All right, so this is going to be our charging port on the bottom. You know, I don't know what I'm doing. I forget that every time. Oh, that's why it takes so long. We had to put a switch in. I knew I was missing something. So, streaming's got me all flustered. So what we're going to do, we're just going to add a line here. Power. We're going to run this down, behind. Actually, yeah, run it down. Down and behind. This is where we're going to run our switch to. So let me just get some wire here. I'm using, I'll be using 18. I already have it. Give them the switch. We'll cut about that. I think we'll probably call it at midnight, and I got to do some things, but yeah, I think it was a successful first stream, and we've had more viewers than I ever thought we would, so thank you guys. Yeah, it's really neat. All right, we're going to strip this. And we'll just cut it in half, because we're going to run it from one side to the other. So when I make the videos, I can edit all these errors out. When I live stream, obviously you see them. Yeah. Oh man, I am tired. I think it has been super hot and humid here. And I took my friend fishing the other day, and diabetes and 100 degrees and 100% humidity, and a guy who normally runs really hot. Doesn't mix well, wipes me out, sucks my energy. I'm just stripping these wires. So I love this switch. I use it for a lot of things. I'll be using it in a tactical molly Meshtastic that I will be introducing hopefully soon. Waterproof. But the wires are very thick and hard to maneuver, so we're going to be running these down the right corner here. So let's get the soldering iron going. All right, let's get these on here. And the helping hands is the greatest soldering thing I've ever added. All right, I just have to double check. We are running switch to switch. We are running this downward. Hopefully we don't run into that same issue we had before. So I'm just going to solder this real quick. A light solder, so we don't have the same problem we did before. Fitting that in the small space of that connector. I think that's going to be about all we're going to use on it. I just like to solder, or have a little bit of solder when I'm clamping down on it. I might have overdid it. Dang it. overheated it too. Overheated it. I knew I'd do that eventually. Melted the wire a little bit. Turn the temperature down just a smidge. Alright. I just want to do a little bit. And for those of you new, I'm not a professional solderer. So if you have any tips or recommendations, please let me know. All right, so let's solder this side quick. Turn it up a little bit. We're just tinning these wires lightly. There. I'm going to Yuffie. Where do I know that name from? Is that, yeah, I've had a camera from that before. I'm just putting this in here. Not enough solder on it. I'll run that behind. I mean, realistically, you can just connect everything and throw it in a box. But at least it looks a little organized. I think that's what I did for my first one while I was doing testing. But it just looks so much nicer this way. Wrap it in electrical tape and throw it in the box. Now we're running back to the same problem we had before. A little. Dang, man. So, I hope this isn't, maybe it's inspiring somebody. That'd be kind of neat. Just do it. You gotta try it. It's fun, peaceful, frustrating at times. You know what's frustrating is trying to put 18 gauge in this. Oh, finally, thank you. For those, I would drop down to 16, or not 16, 20, if you're looking to do this. Makes it a little easier. That one wasn't as bad as before, though. Ooh. There. All right, so we got both ends running to the switch. Excuse me. Let's do. So the switch is a pain. Let's figure something out. So we run this out. Let's connect these now. And worry about it the rest later. We're going to strip this a little more. We're going to get some heat shrink out. I've forgotten to add heat shrink more times than I would care to admit. I didn't solder that yet, did I? Or tin these, I mean. I don't, yeah, I might as well leave them that long just in case. Oh, I gotta clean it. Oh, that's great. Not too much. Oops, sorry. All right, I think I have. People must be on TV because where's everybody from? Jeff Bowen. How do I remember your name? You're a subscriber. You purchased something, I think. Whew. All right, so we should do. Oh, about that. And we're gonna wrap that. Doesn't matter which way, what you put it on, what end. We're gonna end up snipping the end off, but we're gonna have to. My other wire is a little short, so. And we're gonna solder these together. All right. Oh, I'm at a bad angle for this. There we go. Now it's filling up. Perfect. Not perfect. It's perfect for me. I don't know if it's perfect by the book wise. Excuse me. And excuse me. The other end. I'll snip this off. Yeah. I figured, because I remember you being active. Well, thank you for your support, and thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Maybe we can cut this a little bit. Wait, did I not put my tubing on? Oh man, I think this will be good right here. All right, I should have gotten more wire for this side. So I'm pretty much going to basically build this, the towns node, exactly the same. The only difference is I'm going to seal the entire box, the edge of the box, because it could be up there for a long time, and I ain't crawling up there. Fortunately, I know someone that can get up there, but as long as the box isn't smited by lightning, we'll be okay. That one didn't work very well, but that didn't work well at all. We gotta get the back side. There. And the back side of this a little bit. Yeah, if you don't have helping hands, you end up holding everything with 3 fingers. Like this. This is just a good, oh my goodness. Don't judge all my soldering based on this little piece. Alright. We are going to that's what I was afraid of. We're a little thick in the middle here, so we're just gonna smash it down a little bit. Check the solder. I've been a ham for about 20 years and just recently got into mesh radio. Oh, nice. Our what 3D printer? Excuse me. What 3D printer did you go with? And like a radio cabinet type thing? Question. All right, now we're going to heat this up a little bit. Shrink that. All right. You just want to be on there for a second, or if you're on there for Bamboo Lab 1P, it's nice. I've heard really good things about the Bamboo Labs. I have a friend that has one. Man, I'm gunked up a little bit. Sorry, guys. All right, so we have our switch run to the node. I'm just going to test where we are going to put that. Probably on the left side. Running everything down the left side. Down and out the left side. Then we cram all the wires in the back. There's only one thing left to wire. Excuse me. And that's the most, other than that, I think that's the most time-consuming and complicated piece. My favorite part's installing the antennas, actually. So I'm going to have to end the stream before this, but I do have that one. If you're curious how to build this, I have even my grandmother could build it. How to build the 1-watt solar node, just like this, but we use the 5-volt for that. This one I'm doing the, which I need to double check the pin on that. We are doing the 3-volt out the battery in. I have to check something quick. Grab a 1-watt. This 1-watt is spoken for, so I'm just double checking the pin on it. Make sure I'm on the right one. Internal. Yes, we're on the right bit. But yeah, we just drill holes in here, here. Actually, we're going to do it here. And loop our antennas, mount them there. We have our switch. And we're going to install a USB port. And I will finish the wiring so you all can see what we're doing. And I'm going to make this wire short. This is the USB-C wire that I will be adding to the bottom of the case. So if you want to add a secondary solar panel, actually I don't know if that would work. A secondary solar, I think it would. To the wave share, or just plug it in and charge the battery if for some reason it got low. You just don't want to pierce the other one. Interested in mesh radio because of hurricanes during Ian, we were out of comms for 3 weeks. Yeah, we our town here got flooded. Granted, we had comms, but it really got me thinking. A couple years ago, that's when I got radios and such. And we are going to be doing some GMRS. When I say we, I will be doing some GMRS builds with Meshtastic shortly. So the summer's been a lot busier than I was expecting. And I thought I'd have a lot more time to do projects, but so far I haven't. I've had less time actually than I did earlier. But so I'm just going to stream my tinkering, and if you like it, you can follow along. If you don't, that's fine. But I enjoy teaching, or trying to teach anyway. So I figure it's a way to help support the channel and maybe make some friends in the process. So where do I want to put this? I think I want to put it, so if we're mounting this here, like I said earlier, all my builds are a little different. So this is what it's going to look like. Nice and clean. We'll get rid of some wires, but I think we're going to move that switch down here in the corner. And love your videos. I have time. I'm retired. Hey! Oh, that's awesome. I think it's pretty fun. I think it's fun. This is my first stream. Everything's working great as far as I know. I thought there was going to be all kinds of problems. I even have an intermission screen, but there wasn't any problems. So that's what I'm missing. I knew I was missing something. There's a nut that goes around here somewhere. There it is. Oh. So this is what it's going to look like, guys. I'm going to have to call it here shortly. But so yeah, you got the basics. We're going to run these. Yeah, we might actually leave them like this. The cables, actually we'll probably pull them up a little bit. Put a little strap on the inside. Run those up and down the back. Put a little strap here. We're going to mount the on-off switch under here. Just drill a hole. We're going to mount our power one right here on the back side. We're going to install a breather valve on top, waterproof breather. right on top. So, and then we're going to do our SMA. Oh, 12 o'clock. SMA on top. And we're going to have our type N on top as well. One other thing is we are going to have this USB-C. I have all the affiliate links to these in the description. I use this for a lot of things, but this is going to be right in the middle, and we're going to run a, let's see if this one's going to fit. I think I have to use a 90 on this. I got some new wires, but this is going to be for updating, so you don't have to, if you decide just to seal the door shut, you can just plug it in on here and update it if you want. Yeah, that cable should be perfect for that. So, all right, I think it's working out great. I hope he's happy with it. So I have had people mention that on these there's no green light. So this switch doesn't have a light, so you can't tell when it's on. But if you just plan on turning it on and leaving it on, you can open the door and you can see the wave shear lights flickering and obviously the 1-watt booster lights. But I have been tinkering with these little, I'll show you what that looks like. Figuring out a way to get low power draw. So I have this switch, which is a latching, it says it's weatherproof. Maybe, I don't know. That's why I'm still going with this one. But as for light options, I've been experimenting with if a customer would like it to have a light. I mean, I want one in my tree node. I'm going to be putting one in there, but I've been experimenting with this. So I have these in red and green, and I want to do, I don't want it to drain that much battery, so we're going to put a resistor on here. Or what do you call these? I know one of you guys know what this is called. But basically, it makes it so it doesn't draw nearly as much power. I forgot the technical. You see that difference when I have that on there? And you'll still be able to see, depending on your angle, if it's on or not. But see, that's much brighter. And we put this, it's a something, oh, I don't know. I don't remember what it's called. But you could drill a little hole. And put that in the side. According to the AI stuff I've researched, especially with the double solar panel, you should be able to see that for very long. But I don't think it would drain it dead in a couple days. But I have to do more research on that. It's just something I'm trying to think about, not only for customers, but myself too. I really would like it in the hanging tree node I'm building and a couple other projects that I'll be doing here soon. Let's see. New HealthTech 296. Yeah, I just, oh, let me grab it. Oh man. Whew. Let me, excuse me. So I'm designing some Molly tactical, I'll just show you. I think I have it here. So we have a lot of a Molly solar panel tactical box, basically. I've been inspired to build this. I designed it. This is a prototype, so it'll look a little different at the end, but It's going to have all kinds of different panels. It's a 1.5 watt Molly, and I'm going to be selling these cases. Like, I had the panel manufactured specifically for that. We need to do some fundraising, and I see a need for a Molly case, so I just designed it, and we'll see what happens. But so my point being was, I had a customer, not a customer, subscriber say, hey, because right now this will hold the 1 watt, the rack and rack mini, and the ATAK V4 actually, if you want that. But I'm starting to maybe think that's not that big a deal. But someone mentioned the T96, so I think I'm going to. I just got it in the mail a few days ago. I haven't had a chance to tinker with it yet, but I don't know how I'm going to put that in there and still be able to use the screen. I mean, I can create the case, slide it in there, but it's not going to be waterproof. You could do, I have plexiglass, I could seal in front of it, but it's going to fog up even with the breather. So yeah, I don't know if I can put that in there. But to go back to what you're saying, I have heard great things about these as well. They're more powerful. They say they're more efficient. I don't know if that's true or not, but well, there's actually 4 screws there. I wonder if we just dump the screen. Like I said, I haven't gotten time to take it apart yet. I think I can just unscrew these 4 screws. Huh. I can unscrew these 4 screws, dump the screen. Because if you can see on the inside, I don't know if you can see or not, but you can see on the inside that it looks like it's just connected with the ribbon cable and screwed on. So let's say we dump the screen. I'm just thinking for my Molly case, but getting sidetracked. You ran one of these for a week on one 18650? That's pretty impressive. Yeah, I'm very interested in them. I started seeing people talking about them on Reddit for a while. Or a while ago. Guess they're fairly new. But anyway, I have so many projects in the lineup. It's not even funny. I'll show you the. Oh, this is my. I think I showed this off a little bit, but this will be next week's project. We have a PoE, solar switch, and a lot of other stuff on here. That is going to be a really fun project. And I'm just going to stream my tinkering, so maybe it'll give some people ideas on what they would like to do. But, all right. How do you say goodbye on a stream? Gotta get things done before bed. Let's see. Let's make this bigger. Move this out of the way. So, oh, my camera's over here. Alright. I want to thank all of you for watching. I think it was a very successful first live stream. More people than I was expecting. It was 3 hours long. 9, 10. Yeah, 3 hours long. And don't be dismayed about building your own. It does take a lot longer than you think, but it's fun, relaxing, and you learn stuff. And every time I get better at soldering. So thank every one of you. If you want to help support me, visit comeonmacgyver.com, and we're going to be having a lot more products up there. We've just been, like I said, busy with the summer so far, so we're going to have the mounts and such you see in this video are listed on the site. So like, comment, subscribe, share, and oh yes, all the affiliate links to all these products are listed in the description. A more detailed, well, maybe it's more detailed, I don't know, video to the 1 watt. I think it's called Even My Grandma Can Build It, on the videos page, but we will be doing more video streams, and yeah, I'm excited. Thank you all. Take care. Have a good night. Now, how do I end this? Oh, 3 hours, 9 minutes. End stream. End. Stream finished.